They just don't have enough time. Our schools are feeling the pressure, meeting testing guidelines to the point they've sacrificed our kids' time at play. And I found an expert who says squeezing out recess for grades hurts more than it helps.
Stand on your answer. You have yellow.
Step into this school and witness a controlled frenzy.
Keep pedaling. All right, rotate.
There's as much spinning, shooting, and stomping
Is that the answer?
as counting and times tables.
77.
If they miss physical education or health and fitness or ABL, not happy about it.
Really?
Yeah.
They're begging for this stuff.
Yes, yes. And they go to 2 out of the 3 of us every day.
Sweat is the norm at IPS Super School 19.
We believe that exercise builds brain cells. And then the teachers, they know every 15, 20 minutes to get our students up and do what we call a brain break,
You may go ahead and move, find a spot.
where they're doing more activity throughout the day to wake them up in class.
You want it to be movement. You want it to be more physical. It just seems
Try
like
it. Get your child to exercise your stability ball, have them bounce on it while they're doing their academics or jump, and you'll see.
You can't get too much physical activity at this school, but we found districts all over central Indiana where 30 minutes of recess is hard to find.
When my son started kindergarten, it was 15 minutes, and I was shocked.
They actually might get more out of their students if they give them more recess.
15 minutes on the playground. That's all kids in Carmel Clay schools can count on.
Their needs are not being met.
And these moms are passionately demanding more.
I didn't realize their lunch was at 10 a.m. and then they were allowed 15 minutes of recess and they had to sit still for another 4.5 hours till the end of the day.
The next thing you know, we had over 700 members within probably a year and a half. So we're not the only ones.
Connecting on Facebook, parents got the district to consider their request for double the recess, not 15, but 30 minutes.
I think it's very much supported.
It's still just an idea that has not seen a vote.
It's going to help them focus better in the classroom, retain the information better. Maybe it'll minimize some of that bad behavior.
The National Association for Sport and Physical Education recommends 150 minutes of PE each week, an average of 30 minutes a day. But get this, we found 10 districts in central Indiana where 15, 20, or 25 minutes a day is the standard, and no more than 30 minutes. Wayne Township, Washington Township in Indy, and Carmel Clay schools all accept 15 minutes of recess as good enough.
Some schools have 0 minutes, some are every other day.
Dr. Mark Ertl studies and teaches physical education at IUPUI. He blames the recess pinch on, you guessed it, standardized testing.
So they find ways to steal time, reducing lunch, reducing time in specials, if kids have specials at all, and obviously recess was fair game for that.
He was like, yeah, all right, I got this.
Teachers understand, they know this, that when students are active, they're better behaved.
Good job, buddy.
Not to mention, Ertl says, active kids are healthier and more focused. None of the districts we reached out to wanted to talk on camera about their limits on recess. Some didn't even respond. Carmel Clay schools answered our questions in an email, laying blame at the feet of, quote, curriculum requirements.
That's probably fast enough.
And even at the super school, traditional recess isn't a guarantee.
Now, who can read that number for me?
With the emphasis on academics, we have to make sure that we're getting all of our content in, and so we're lucky to get our 1 recess time in a day.
These moms say something's got to give.
It's going to get to the point where there's no recess at all, probably, if it stays like this, in my opinion. It's sad. It's been going on for years, this discussion, and it needs to happen now.
We looked, and state law does not specify how much time your kid's school should set aside for recess. Only 5 states require the recommended 30 minutes a day by law: Iowa, Louisiana, North and South Carolina, and Texas.